Massive and exciting breaking news. FSD is finally coming to Europe in 3 weeks. Hello again, YouTube, and welcome back to Just Get a Tesla. And yes, this really is breaking news. It's Friday the 20th of March, and I woke up this morning, and on my Twitter feed, there is this long statement from Tesla Europe, Middle East and Africa, so EMEA, okay, saying that FSD approval is now expected in the Netherlands on the 10th of April. Now, we have had a couple of false dawns already where Tesla have gone out and made an announcement and said the Dutch regulator RDW is going to approve it on this date. And then RDW have turned around and said, we didn't say that. But you still then have people saying, they said they were going to do it. Why haven't they? This is different. This is being put out with the RDW team. They are quoted in this release. So let me tell you what's happening, and then we'll talk about why I'm so excited by it, okay? So the statement, and it starts off, together with RDW, the Dutch regulators, we have officially completed the final vehicle testing phase for full self-driving supervised and have submitted all of the documentation required for the UNECE R-171 approval plus Article 39 exemptions. So these are the two sets of regulations. You've got the UNECE, which is not anything to do with Europe, who set the global harmonization standards. And then you've got a European Union regulation, Article 39, which allows various rules to be applied. Okay, so that's the two things that they're talking about. The RDW team is now reviewing the documentation and test results package internally. They have communicated the expected approval for the Netherlands dates of 10th of April. Shifting from the 20th of March previously, and we're looking forward, this is we, being Tesla, looking forward to the successful completion of this cooperation. Okay, so all of the paperwork that's needed for approval has been submitted. All of the documentation requested by the regulator has been received. They are now reviewing what they have got, and they have told Tesla that they expect to approve it in 3 weeks. 3 weeks, that's all we're talking about here. The press release goes on. Following the Netherlands approval, European countries will be able to recognize this approval nationally. We are anticipating a possible EU-wide approval during the summer. That's this summer, 2026, not next summer or at some point in the future. This summer. It goes on. Over the past 18 months, this approval has involved a series of intense documentation, development, testing, research, and audits, including, but certainly not limited to, 1.6 million kilometers of FSD supervised testing on EU roads. Now, we've seen some of the video of bits of that, but 1.6 million kilometers is a lot. 13,000 plus customer ride-alongs, 4,500 plus track test scenario execution. So as I understand it, basically Tesla have to get a safety case from the regulators for the software package, and the track testing is a significant part of that. It's not just driving along on roads. And with respect to it, so much of the stuff that you see of FSD supervised driving along with nothing happening, so much that is literally irrelevant. And the regulators have said it, and Elon Musk himself has said it. Just because your car can drive along with nothing happening doesn't mean that they're going to just sign it off and my God, it's sentient and all of that nonsense. It goes on. Thousands of pages of written documentation for 400 plus compliance requirements. 400 plus compliance requirements, all right? It's an awful lot. And this is why it takes time in Europe, because we like to have rules and regulations and to do things properly and to make sure things are safe before they're pushed out. And the final thing they say is dozens of research studies into safety, performance and results. And again, this is the crucial bit. It's not just can it drive, it's what happens in the 1% of cases, the edge cases. It concludes, we're extremely proud of the work conducted with the RDW team up to this point, and we very much look forward to the approval in April and sharing FSD supervised with our patient EU customers. This video is brought to you by Millibricks, my online store for Lego compatible Kobe brick building sets. So we are in the middle of Trump's Iran war. You're seeing it on TV. Now you can build the aircraft. Do you want to get a Lockheed F-22 Raptor just shot down in Iraq? Do you want to get a B-2 stealth bomber going and blowing things up? Or an F-35 Lightning II shooting down Iranian drones? You can have it all at millibricks.co.uk and use the code GET for 10% off. And now, back to the video. This is genuinely massive, okay? If we take this at face value, and this reads completely differently to some of the other ones where they're just plucking a date out of the air. This is it. This is it. This is where full self-driving actually now lands in Europe, okay? In 3 weeks. So what does that mean for me sat here in the UK? Or what does that mean for you sat in the various other European countries who I know watch? Or if you're watching in Australia or America or anywhere else, so what? Okay, well, so what is, I think Europe's kind of the most competitive marketplace that there is for cars, okay? And these aren't just EU rules. To go all the way back to the beginning of the statement, UN R-171. These are global rules, okay? We have had a limited exemption put in Australia and New Zealand for hardware 4. We have had a limited exemption put in parts of China for a version of FSD. This is the global regulator, okay? Because RDW is basically the back door to then rolling this out everywhere. So, once it has been approved within Europe, okay, by a European regulator, and RDW, the Dutch regulator, have the lead in Europe for this kind of stuff. It's then available to any member state to just tick a box and then off we go. So what I am expecting is this, okay? If the Dutch authorities sign this off on the 10th of April, I am not expecting it to go live on the 10th of April or even the 11th of April. I'm expecting them to announce that it's going to go live. And then maybe by the end of April, they actually push the thing out. And then it's just a cascade reaction of how many more markets can we go into. We've already seen various things leaked of some of the software updates where it has got basically geofencing allowed. So the idea is that, as an example, if I was to drive through the Channel Tunnel and head towards my friends in the Netherlands, then I'm going to drive through France and then Belgium and then the Netherlands. You might get it where it's authorized in the Netherlands, but not in Belgium, but it is in France. So it would enable, as you go into France, as you then cross the boundary into Belgium, the geofence kicks in and it will downgrade from FSD onto, I assume, EAP, which is exactly what happens at the moment where Navigate on autopilot knocks off and it just goes back to base autopilot, okay? You get that already. So you will cross a national border, and if it's not actually been enabled in that market, then it will cancel itself and you just go back to the older version, EAP if you've got it, or autopilot. And then going the other way, if you cross the border into a full self-driving enabled market, then it will go and switch itself on again, which is fantastic. I mean, I can't wait to do this. I have got several European road trips coming up in this car. And if you want to see me doing those on FSD and more, a lot more, then make sure that you've subscribed. As for which versions of Tesla are going to get this, let's all be honest about this. This is only going to be on hardware 4, as we've seen in Australia and New Zealand. If you've got, and this is a significant number of Tesla owners, if you've got an older hardware 3 car, and if you go onto your screen, it will tell you which version of the computer you've got. If you've got a hardware 3 car, I think you're going to have to wait longer, because these are all built on safety cases for a particular kind of thing. And with respect to it, this safety case that's been being done with RDW is for hardware 4. I'm pretty certain that's the case, and all of the communication seems to suggest that. At one point in increasingly the distant past, Elon Musk said that they would do some kind of sought out for hardware 3 owners, that either they would retrofit if they already had owned full self-driving, and a lot of you have already bought it, they would retrofit the hardware. That's gone very quiet. We haven't heard anything on that since, but they are promising FSD 14 Lite to be able to work on older systems, and Tesla published some patents as to how they could basically compress a whole load of data and calculations so that the older computer gubbins could actually work on the newer software, which, if it works and if it actually comes out, will be a good thing. I know sometimes I sound a little bit critical, but I'm critical because Tesla says a lot of things and then doesn't deliver them. So now we're at the point where they need to start delivering. Give people what you charged them for. There are an awful lot of people, I know quite a few of them, who paid very good money in good faith for full self-driving years ago and haven't got it. And I know people will say, I'll blame the regulators. No, I blame Tesla. I blame Tesla for selling a product that's not available. Anyway, what does it mean for us who aren't in EU countries like me? Or if you're watching this in Switzerland, I've already seen somebody on Twitter talking about Switzerland. I'm expecting that it still goes as part of the same mechanism, because with the greatest of respect to it, we're already very well aligned. I know one of our Brexit benefits supposedly is that we're going to do everything differently. But on this one, I'm hoping we don't. Let's not have it where the Brexit benefit of sovereignty is that we get endless delays. Yeah, that would be a bad thing here in the UK. So either way, because this is now a subscription rather than buying it, which is good, for the periods of time where I'm going to be going into Europe, if FSD is enabled there, and it's not here in the UK, then I can subscribe while I'm there and then cancel it again, which again, subscription model is much, 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 much better. The only problem, of course, is that it's still an expensive subscription. And I don't know if anybody has noticed, but thanks to Donald Trump, the world economy at the moment is having another bad time. Okay, and the price of everything is going to continue shooting up with this oil-led inflation, because whether you, like me, are sat in an EV or not, every single thing that you buy and pretty much every single thing that you eat has got diesel in the production and supply chains. And the price of diesel, because of the price of oil, is going shooting up because of Donald Trump. And you're going to have to pay the Trump tax, which means you've probably got less money available to pay for things like FSD subscriptions, which is why the take-up of FSD so far, even in markets like America, is teeny tiny. Let's see if we can change that, okay? And I'm going to try and change that, because I've already said I'm subscribing the second that it's available to me here, or when I go into a market where it is. And then I'm going to be shooting endless video. I have got all kinds of testing planned for FSD, right? Not just that I want to sit back and cruise and have a nice relaxing drive down south. That will be great. I'm talking about taking it on absolute batshit crazy roads like I've got up here in northeast Scotland. I'm going to do some proper FSD testing. And again, if you want to see that, you've got to make sure that you've subscribed. So mega, mega, mega exciting news, breaking news this morning, which is why I'm once again changing my release schedule because I have to talk about this. There is one other thing. A row broke out yesterday, again on Twitter, because the British car review YouTube channel called CarWow published something that said FSD is useless. And it seems to have driven some people a little bit mad, because what they actually were testing in this video was this curve box. So there are various third-party solutions now to give you automated driving, and they were actually reviewing this other product that wasn't Tesla. They were just comparing it to Tesla. So they basically said, well, hang on a second, we've got this Tesla with full self-driving and it's pants. And a load of people online were losing their minds. How dare they say that? They're biased and they've got Elon derangement syndrome and whatever else. The sad truth is they were driving on FSD, the European version of FSD, because right here, right now, in this car, I can click upgrade. So I already bought EAP. I paid £3,400 for EAP, as I did in the last car. So I paid for it twice. But I could pay another £3,400 and I would get full self-driving capability. It's called full self-driving. That's there in the name. But it isn't full self-driving. It's literally EAP with the ridiculous added functionality that it will stop on a green traffic light, okay? But that is what Tesla will sell you and had sold on this car. So when they said we're driving on FSD, they were specifically correct because the car had full self-driving capability. It's not their fault that Tesla have been mis-selling this product for years, and consumers, with the greatest of respect to it, should not have to go and study the manual in depth and start understanding, well, in this market it's this and that's market in that, to actually know what it is that Tesla are taking their thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds or euros for. They should not have to do that, okay? It should be sensible and obvious. So on this one, yes, of course it's a bit clickbaity. Yes, of course Matt Watson is quite anti-Tesla, and that's been fairly clear. But factually and accurately, saying it was full self-driving was correct, because it was in the UK. Or at least it was until 3 weeks' time, when proper full self-driving arrives. So the wait is over. The nightmare is over. And with respect to it, Tesla's mis-selling is over. Proper full self-driving is almost here. It's so close, you can taste it now. So hopefully my excitement has come across in this video, because genuinely it's coming, and it's coming very, 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 very soon. Okay, let me know in the comments, are you waiting for this? If you bought full self-driving previously and you haven't got it yet, what do you think? Are you excited? Are you one of the people who's got an hardware 3 car and you did pay Elon his money for full self-driving, and you're reading this and watching my video and going, I'm not getting it, am I? If so, if that's you, let me know in the comments. How do you feel? So, FSD Supervised, coming to Europe to Hardware 4 in 3 weeks. Mega news. Thanks so much for watching. Like, subscribe, share, all of the usual yada, yada, yada. I promise all of the video content that was supposed to go out this week will go out next week. I've got loads of driving stuff that I shot now a couple of weeks ago. I've got new products to review, but stuff keeps happening, and I've done a bit of an experiment this week in literally shooting the video the day it goes out. Quite literally. Every video that I have put out this week, right, the 3 longs and all of the shorts that have gone around it, every single one of those has been shot and gone straight out. It's been an experiment. Please tell me, how has it been? Okay, what is it you want from me? I would love to know in the comments, please. And I will see you back here very soon on Just Get a Tesla.